Welcome to another Deviant.fun's unboxing, preview, whatever you want to call it. And we're starting with three super heavy weights that we got today, along with other things that we'll be showing briefly soon. Not all today. We will see some books, but not these ones because they're omnis and they should be wearing their protective casing. So the first one we got here is the Grant Morrison's and Richard Case work, and it's the Doom Patrol, the Omnibus. Look at the thickness of this. So it's the whole series in one book. Yeah, we just have completed the collection of the books, the three books that are compiled here. But yeah, we couldn't resist on having it in a single book format in this gorgeous omnibus. So we had to have it. Then, finally, it has come. Aliens, the original Years by Marvel. Not as chunky as Doom Patrol, but still thick enough to call it an omnibus. Here we have some covers, all of them excellent. So, the most relentless creatures in all of film spread terror across the galaxy in this hardcover collection of their earliest series, featuring faces both familiar and new. Their encounter with the aliens left Hicks and Newt scared both physically and emotionally, and years later, they're determined to wipe out the species. But the military and big business have other ideas that could bring the xenomorphs to Earth, and if that happens, there may be little hope for humanity. As war breaks out, the world needs heroes, so whatever happened to Ripley? Featuring colonial marines, synths, alien queens, and more, these tales build on the lore established in the lore, because the plastic doesn't allow me to read correctly. On the lore established in the films and take it in a horrifyingly different direction. Prepare to know fear like never before. So this collects Aliens 1988 1 to 6. 1989 1 to 4, Aliens Earth War 1 to 4, Aliens Genocide 1 to 4, Aliens Hive 1 to 4, Aliens Tribes Aliens Newt's Tale 1 to 2, Alien 1 to 3, Aliens Space Marines 1 to 12, plus material from Dark Horse Presents in 1986, number 24, 42 to 43, and number 56. Dark Horse Presents 5th Anniversary Special, and Dark Horse Insider from 1989, from issues 14 to 27. So it's a lot of content, very different content, both from Marvel and from Dark Horse. Yeah, this was a highly anticipated Omni. There will be more. It's announced. And let's skip to the next one, and there he is, one of my favorite guys, Garth Ennis. Yeah, you got it. Hellblazer by Garth Ennis. Who else? We've got William Simpson, Steve Dillon, John Higgins, and others working on this book. And this is one hell of a thick book. This one is a real chunky one. Let me just adjust here the camera. So, I'm the one who steps from the shadows, all trench coat and cigarette and arrogance, ready to deal with the madness. That's John Constantine. I've got it all sewn up. I can save you, even if it takes the last drop of your blood. After making his debut in the pages of Swamp Thing, and quickly winning the hearts of readers, the sharp-tongued English magician John Constantine helped to lay the foundation for DC's legendary Vertigo line with his groundbreaking solo title, Hellblazer. Thoughtfully scripted by Jamie Delano through the first few years, the working-class sorcerer gained more and more depth and complexity as he faced ever greater challenges in the dark and dirty corners of his supernatural world. In 1991, a young writer from Northern Ireland took over Hellblazer and turned John Constantine's already erratic life completely upside down. Over his four-year run on the book, Garth Ennis crafted dozens of stories that set new standards for comics, horror, and dark fantasy genres, including Damnation's Flame, Tainted Love, Royal Blood, Rake at the Gates of Hell, and Dangerous Habits, which inspired the feature film Constantine. Yeah, that's the guy to read. If you want to read Punisher, you go for Garth Ennis. If you want to read Hellblazer, you go to Garth Ennis. Always a sure bet, this man. So let's switch to less heavier stuff, lighter stuff. This one is by Tom King, The Omega Man, The End Is Here, by Tom King and Barnaby Bajenda. And let's see what people have to say about this. So, a surprising, exciting miniseries masterfully juggling political commentary, complex characterizations, and blockbuster action in a tense sci-fi narrative. Part space opera and part political thriller that demands your attention. It reads like a fantasy novel in space. A nuanced political thriller full of tense situations that explore just how far people can go to challenge an authoritarian government and still have us to root for them. Well, Kyle Rayner, the White Lantern, is dead, and the Omega Man killed him on live TV. They're violent insurgents, a terrorist organization, a fanatical cult, or they're patriots, the last hope for freedom in a godforsaken sector of the universe. In the Vega system, it depends on who you ask. But no matter what the galaxy thinks it saw, Earth's White Lantern still lives as the Omega Man's prisoner. What they really want him to be is their latest recruit in their relentless war against the all-powerful Citadel and its tyrannical Viceroy. As Kyle gets to know his motley crew of outlaws, he'll question everything he knows about being a hero. In this strange system where Green Lanterns are forbidden, will he break his oath and join the revolution, or will he discover that the Omega Man are monsters in the end? You'll have to read it, and I'll have to read it because this is completely new to me. I never read it. It dates from 2016. It's not something new, but Tom King has become more notorious. Yeah, this kind of reminds us of Miracle Man, right? Mr. Miracle, sorry, I keep saying Miracle Man instead of Mr. Miracle. The panels, these distortions. It's not always 9 grid, but the art is very good. Let's take a little look. Let's look a little more. Yeah, I like the art, it's cool. It's not very original, but it looks good. Good colors. Good paper, by the way. Good paper. It's DC, but good paper. You'll just see another one that is not like this at all. Damn you, DC. Okay, so we've got a glimpse of it. Well, Tom King is an opinion divider, but this book is acclaimed. I wouldn't say highly acclaimed, but yeah, it's got some traction. It's got some attention from the community. So what we have here: Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Darkest Night, one that we still hadn't have here. We've got the other ones, but this was missing. So the army of the Batman who laughs rises and Earth doesn't stand a chance. The DC universe has become engulfed by the dark multiverse where demons dwell and reality is overrun by monstrous versions of the Dark Knight, all ruled by the Batman who laughs. As Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman and other heroes fight to survive in this strange new landscape, one cloaked figure has been observing from the sidelines, creating a guidebook to this new world and its evil leaders in the hope of forming a plan of justice and penance. Meanwhile, the heroes have split up on separate missions to take back the Earth. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, and could be Wonder Man, launch a head-on assault on Castle Bat. The Flashes are in a race to the death with the Darkest Knight, and the Green Lanterns try to save the heroes of the dying multiverse. So what does this contain? This contains stories from creators like Scott Snyder, James Tynion IV, Joshua Williamson, Francis Manapul, Tony S. Daniel, and Doug Manke. So this is Dark Knight's Death Metal. The Darkest Night is filled to the brim with headbanging action. Collects tales from Dark Knight's Death Metal Legends of the Dark Knights #1. Dark Knight's Death Metal Guidebook #1, Dark Knight's Death Metal Trinity Crisis #1, Dark Knight's Death Metal Speed Metal #1, and Dark Knight's Death Metal Multiverses and #1. This collection also features a host of behind-the-scenes material from the creation of these issues. And we wish you had put some decent paper in this. God damn it. These new editions, they so much suck with their crammy paper. It looks like newspaper. I don't know what's got into these people. Sorry, I'm getting repetitive with my ranting, but every time I pick up a DC trade now, I get the goosebumps just looking at the colors fading. It looks like the paper absorbed half of the color. It doesn't look like it. That's what happened. It's painful to see great artists' work being treated this way with this poor quality paper. This would shine so much more if the paper was like, Omega Man. There would be no comparison. Look at this. Instead, you get dim colors, no saturation. Yeah, it's a pity. That's what it is. Here are the Flashes running for their lives. Yeah, I like this. Okay. Interesting panel here. So, and that's it. I don't want to show anything that I shouldn't. So let's skip on to something that has also hit the shelves very recently in June. And of course I'm talking about what you're seeing right here. Something is Killing the Children, the highly acclaimed series, which this is volume 3. We've got volume 1 and 2 here at shop 2. This is by James Tynion, or Tynion. I heard someone pronouncing his name. I don't remember if it was Tynion or Tynion. I think it's Tynion. The fourth, Werder de la Hera, Miguel Muerto. Well, muerto means dead in Spanish. And Miquel, not Miguel. Okay. So something is killing the children. Let's just take a little look, because I don't want to spoil neither me nor you, because I haven't read this volume yet. But let's just take a look. If you are not familiar with this series, go and look for the video that we've done about volume 1, around volume 1. This involves Supernatural, a girl with super abilities that is chasing monsters. These monsters like children. but there's more to it than just that. So I think you've managed to get a look at how the artwork looks like if you're unfamiliar with the series. The monsters aren't super crispy detail or anything like that. That's one of the critiques I had for the book, because when the monsters appear, they're just blurs. I think they could have some more detail and they would be more scarier that way. Now for a big book, it's very wide, as you can see, compared to trade paperback. It's not only super wide, it's also a little bit taller. And this is not a North American book. This is by Fabien Nury and Sylvain Vallet. It's called Once Upon a Time in France. I think the authors are French too. If they aren't, they should be Belgian or something like that. So let's see. Some awards here, especially the most renowned would be the Angoulême International Comics Festival, Best Series Award for 2011. Thrilling, haunting, superb. This is based on a true story. Once Upon a Time in France follows the life of Joseph Joanovici, a Romanian Jew who immigrated to France in the 20s and became one of the richest men in Europe as a scrap metal magnate. As Germany occupies France, Mr. Joseph thinks his money and influence can keep his family safe, but he soon finds that the only way to stay one step ahead of the Nazis is to keep his friends close and his enemies closer. He attempts to tip the scales in his favor by working both as a Nazi collaborator and French resistance financier. However, the ability to live an ethical life soon proves impossible when playing by the rules of an unethical regime. A tangled web of interests forms around him that further ensnares him the more he tries to escape. And he learns that it will take a lot more than money to pay for the survival of his family. For some, he was a villain. For others, he was a hero. So the whole series is collected here in one omnibus. They call it omnibus, okay? Omnibus don't have to be hardcover and oversized. This one is oversized, by the way, but it's not hardcover. I'm saying this because I've had people commenting on videos saying, well, this isn't an omnibus. Of course it is. It's a collection of volumes. It's an omnibus. So let's see some of the art, which is great, right? European artists are awesome. European colorists are awesome too. And in my opinion, some of the best storytellers are European too. I'm European, maybe I'm tendentious, but yeah, it's very different. It's hard to compare North American comics to traditional European comics because just like in the movies, Europeans center themselves more around the characters, their emotions, dialogues. As you can see, there's word balloons everywhere. So that's what to expect from an European comic. Lots of reflection, but superb artwork. Look at this. This is great artwork. Great artwork. Beautiful book. It does deserve a hardcover edition, and I think there's one. I'm not sure. I think there is. But this is hours of reading, and I expect it to be damn good because it's inspired on a real life story. So if someone got to the point of writing about it, then it must be an interesting life. And we'll have both of everything of racism, Nazis, war, morals being shred to pieces, inner conflicts. There's so many ingredients here to make a great book, great scenarios. Yeah, this is almost sure. This is almost certainly a sure hit. Yeah, even before reading it, I already know that I'm going to love it. Hope that I'm right. And so that's it. We've got more to show, but yeah, let's leave it for another time. For now, let's stay with these ones. I'm not picking up the heavy ones. It will hurt my back, and it's already hurt. And you've seen them already. So, if you like these videos, if you find yourself coming back to our channel to see some live-throughs, some reviews, please subscribe to the channel. It will help us a lot. It will help us spread the love for comics. Of course, what we would really like is to have you come and visit our online web shop at Deviant.fun.biz, where you can buy all these books that we show here in the videos. You can also visit us at Facebook and Instagram. So yeah, pay us a visit, send us a message. We like to talk also about comics and do recommendations. Get recommendations. Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say I get a lot of recommendations from my customers, and I'm deeply thankful to them for that, because I've discovered books that I wouldn't unless they would have pointed me to them. So a big thank you to them. It goes both ways. So until our next video, stay well, stay happy, or be happy. If you're not happy now, make sure you get happy soon. And yeah, until the next video, Deviant Fun out in 3, 2, 1. Bye bye, folks.